Hey everyone, I am Jessica from Willow Vines Intuitive Vibes, and I'm here to do a collective message. I'm not sure if this one's going to go on Patreon or if I'm going to put it on YouTube. So if it's on YouTube, like the videos, comment, share, and don't forget to subscribe to join the tribe if you want to. If you want to stick around. um, I'm getting some of my energy back, so I don't know how often I will be sharing readings and stuff, but I just felt the urge to do a reading today, so we'll just kind of see what comes out. And what I got so far is transmission, spreading of conditions, influence, and impact. Number 7 could be significant for some of you, but this also feels spiritual to me, like a sense of enlightenment regardless. And that was clarified by Cup. You should accept valid criticism. With coins, money will be coming to you. So this could pertain to a work endeavor, project, something along those lines, or helping another person or people, whether it's a group or just, individually. Because it's making me think of like student, teacher, counselors, stuff like that. So I'm not sure what you guys are planning on doing or wanting to do or what you're currently doing. And I'm kind of going back and forth with the whole you should accept valid criticism, because I kind of feel like if you're helping another person or people, sometimes people don't always want to hear your input. Like even if they ask for it, if it's not what they want to hear, they don't really accept it, even if it is valid criticism. Because I've had people say, like, tell me the truth about this, or what do you think about this project, or whatever the hell this is, and then you give your opinion. It's like, it's good, but I feel like maybe, you could tweak, blah, blah, whatever. It's just my opinion. You don't have to, because I'm one person out of a bazillion, you know what I mean? But some people get butthurt or offended and think their work sucks when somebody critiques it. Not everybody can handle corrective criticism. So that could be going on between you and somebody where you gave advice, and even if they asked for it or not, and that person was offended. I kind of feel like, you can't control how other people feel and think, basically. But if this pertains to you, like you're working on something, don't pay attention to the haters. And you don't have to take advice. Advice or opinions, input, corrective criticism is all, they're helpful tools, basically. So you don't have to take it on if you disagree. So it's like, I'm doing this, this, and this. I like the way it's going. Yes, that's a great idea. Thank you for letting me know. I'll note that. Don't get upset over it, because we have temperance, clarifying, corrective criticism. It's like taking opinions into consideration and not getting upset about it, basically. So you could be doing that, or that's just how you roll. But I kind of feel like that's where things will pick up for you, or there'll be an increase, as long as you don't take on all the opinions and ideas of others. Because, like on YouTube, I've done this, and a lot of other content creators and readers or whatever will ask for viewer input, because we're here for you. What do you want to see, kind of thing. And it's just input. So it's like, if you resonate with it and it's like, oh, that's a good idea, a lot of people are saying this, or that's something that I should look into, that's great. But if it's not vibing with you, just let it go. It's okay if you don't conform, basically, is what this is saying. Do you ultimately. So I also want to mention, I know a lot of you, not all of you, because some of you don't even know, but some of you are wondering why I've been MIA. I know I posted on the community tab about my health and stuff. It's just a health issue, and maybe at the end I'll get into a little bit of it, but it's just been, I don't know, I've just been trying to get through shit, basically. Feel what you feel. You have the right to feel what you feel, but remember that you always have a right to be happy, which is kind of what I was talking about with corrective criticism and input, the opinions of others. You feel what you feel. You're going to do what you want to do regardless of what other people say. And that's kind of what Spirit's saying, like, go against the grain, do what feels right. All right, so is there anything else here with this? Do what feels right in this situation. Because this feels more project career, something along those lines, versus relationship. Yeah. This is something that would be for the self, something that you want to do, a goal you have, whether you're thinking about doing it or you're currently working on it now. I just heard the pieces are coming together. Somebody did get butthurt in this energy. I don't know if it's you, the viewer, or if it's someone you're connected to, like that you gave advice to, because you've had, like, something you've said has impacted another person in some way, shape, or form, regardless of projects. I just want to say you're having more of an impact than you even realize on someone or on a group or many people, depending. I've got, what is that? It's floating in my head all of a sudden. It's almost like, it's weird because I almost feel like I'm going through files in my brain because I'm trying to remember something, but that's what I'm picturing. Like I'm trying to find something. There's information in here that I'm trying to find. I don't know if it's in your own head or if somebody's trying to find information about something, how to do something. Somebody's looking into something, that's for sure. Glow up. Take a day to spoil yourself. If it makes you feel beautiful, then do it. It's funny that this came out when I was having this, like, I don't know, like I was looking into something. Like I'm looking for a file. Where is that? There's some information that somebody's going back through something. So it could be like on your computer, online, because you know how I always say, like, readings are timeless, and some people will go back years on my channel or other people's channels to find something. Maybe you saved something. Because I feel like I'm going through files. I'm trying to find where I put something. There's some information I'm trying to look back on. I mean, sometimes when we just reflect, we can realize just how much we've grown, you know? Because with Glow Up, it's like going from the beginning to where you are now. And if you're looking back over things like your progress through a project or situation, it's like, wow, I've come a long way. Or I could have been a lot farther along than I am if I would have taken this advice. Someone didn't take someone's advice. I almost feel like you offered corrective criticism to somebody and you were genuine about it. Like you weren't being mean or anything. And this was in the past. And they're looking back on something now because whatever you said makes sense. It's like, I shouldn't have taken offense to that. They feel like they should have taken action because they would have been further along with something if they would have listened. That's what that feels like. Like I said, I don't feel like that's you, though. It could be for some of you, but I feel like you were trying to help out a friend or colleague or whatever, and they didn't like what you said. But whatever you said has impacted them. They're trying to find something. Trying to find the right information. So research is going on here, but it feels like looking back over something, like a saved file, saved video, saved something. Alright, so what else do we have here? I just heard you were just trying to help. So there's a realization where you were just trying to help and they just weren't looking at it that way because they probably weren't ready to hear whatever you said. Because you know when people ask for corrective criticism, like what's your opinion on something, they're hoping that you're going to be like, wow, this is amazing. And when somebody doesn't, like if you're even the best things in the world can always be tweaked, you know what I mean? And it's all about perspective and point of view. But I feel like this is coming from someone who's established versus someone who isn't. So as a simple example, because it could be in any area of your life or any arena basically, but like any company, any trade, you know what I mean? But like, say for example with YouTube, I've been on YouTube for like 7 years now, I think, and I've experienced the pitfalls and the do's and don'ts and this and that. And, I don't know everything, that's for damn sure, but I know a lot because I've been invested in what I'm doing. So, someone who just wants to start out might ask me for advice, or maybe they just started and they show me something and it's like, well, if you do this, this might be helpful. It feels like something like that where you're more experienced in a certain area and this person asked you for your advice and you gave it and they didn't like it because they just want to do whatever they want to do, but it's not working for them, or it didn't work for them. And they're seeing that you were actually being helpful. You weren't being shady. You were giving good advice. You weren't trying to deter them from what they were doing or change what was going on. You were just giving tips and tricks. There we go. Steady as you go. Navigate with patience and resilience, trusting in your inner strength to guide you through life's twists and turns. Listen to yourself above anyone else, above anything else. That's the best advice here, period, with anything that you're doing. Oh, that's where these files are coming in, at least a little bit. There's something I watched, and it's funny because I always say this stuff, and the CIA agent, I don't think she does that anymore, but I love some of her videos because she's just, I don't know, it's useful information that she shares, and it pertains to the training that she had and stuff on how to spot liars and narcissists and psychopaths and, shit like that. How to read people, not just body language. And the number one thing that she always says is truly listen to yourself, especially with projects, or your career path, or big decisions, like life-changing decisions. Because a lot of times when it's a big decision for us, no matter what it is, we question it and we want to look to trusted friends, family, confidants, whatever, trusted people for their advice. We want to be like, okay, I don't want to fuck this up. I feel like I should make this move. I should do this, make this change, whatever. It feels, that's where I'm being pulled, basically, because that's your gut and what you want, ultimately, whether you've thought this through or not. And I feel like in this scenario, that's what I'm talking about. Somebody who's thought it through but still questioning it. Don't seek advice outside yourself for shit like that, because she said it best, and I totally agree, because I say stuff like this all the time. When you're seeking that, it's not even outside validation. When you're seeking the information from another person, they're not going to give you the correct information for you, because they're going to do what they wanted. They're going to tell you to do what they want, basically, or what they feel you should do, when they're not even going to be making this change. They're not going to be going to this job. So like, say for example, you want to do some type of career that's outside of the box. It's outside of the norm of your family, everything you've known, whatever. You feel like it would be a good idea, but other people are going, I don't know, you should stick to the 9 to 5. You really need this type of job. They don't have to live your life. They don't have to get up every day and go to that job. You know what I mean? So their input doesn't really matter on a decision like that. It's up to you. And if you fail, you just get up and dust yourself off and try again. But she said something really cool, because I don't like the word mistakes and failures and stuff like that, because they're all life lessons in my eyes. But that's what it's not really what she said, but it's similar. I love it though. It was, you only fail if you quit. You only fail if you stop, if you give up. That's when you truly fail. You can quote unquote fail and then fail again and then fail again, but you're not actually failing. You're learning and overcoming this obstacle and then doing something, it might not be something else, but trying something else within the same arena. The second you give up, if you don't want to give up, if you're not ready to give up, that's failure. That's what she said, and that's actually pretty brilliant. But somebody might have given up on something because they couldn't handle criticism, basically, because I don't feel like this is hate. This doesn't feel like you suck and stuff. This feels like there could have been a disagreement here, but it feels more along the lines of, this isn't going the way that I expected it to, which is where let go of expectations comes in as well. Just listen to yourself and keep moving forward. Because I kind of feel like something's picking up for somebody because you haven't given up. And if you think about it, this clown, I know it's upside down, is walking on a tightrope. That takes time and practice, and you got to move slowly. So you might have to move slowly through this, or this process has taken a minute. But something big is coming in now because you took your time and you put the time in. You're mastering something. Because if you just try to run across that wire, you're going to slip and fall, or, that'll be the end of that, just saying, depending on how high up you are. Slow and steady wins the race. I don't know, that's what I want to say with this. That's really cool, though. So if you're getting discouraged and you're thinking about asking an outsider, maybe just take a little bit more time and keep shit to yourself and process it yourself, because you already know what you need to do or what you want to do. And it's not up to anybody else except for you with whatever this is, because this feels like a personal thing, like your goals, what you want, your career path, project, whatever. For some reason, I want one of these dark shadow cards. I don't know why. You're on the up and up. This is too much. Hold on. Okay. Well, we have one. Let's see what that one is. Ashamed. Guilty, humiliation, regretful. This person regrets not listening. There's also someone here who's ashamed of their actions. I want to know more on what that is. I don't feel like it's you being ashamed of your decisions or anything like that. Somebody's ashamed of their actions or what was said here. Something they did. Coins could be significant, or change. Like literally, like people collect coins and stuff. So that could be like they're ashamed of what they did. Why? All right. What is it? 10 of Cups. Somebody was all in their head or they are all in their head over something that happened in the past. The Fool reversed. Somebody being foolish. Because, why? Well, you wouldn't really be ashamed of not taking an opportunity in love. But there's regret here. So for some of you, if we're talking about relationships and stuff, somebody didn't take a chance moving towards you, and they wish they would have, because they were probably looking at the situation all wrong, or you all wrong, based off from whatever was said and done in the past. They could have listened to the wrong advice, or they got easily offended by something you said, even if you didn't say it to them. But this is like fulfillment and not moving forward. But I feel foolish here with this. Yeah, I feel stupid. I feel like an idiot for not doing something. Because I did say somebody gave up on something because they just couldn't take the heat, apparently. Like, they didn't like any type of criticism, whether it was nice or not. It's almost like somebody expecting to be perfect right out the gate, and that's just not how life is, no matter what we're doing. Practice makes perfect over time. Because I kind of feel like I have this great idea. And it is a good idea, but it wasn't executed properly. Okay, well, here's a good example. I'm not talking about tobacco products and stuff like in this reading, but I just watched something on it. The inventors of the Juul, the vape pen or whatever, their first pen that they made which I didn't even know this until I heard it last night, was, I mean, it was very costly. So it wasn't, well, it wasn't the first pen they made. The first one that really came to market was like $250 a thing, and which is not reasonable for most people. They wouldn't purchase it. But the first set that they came up with would zap people, and it wasn't battery operated. It was CO2 charged or stuff, something like that. And it wasn't something that most people would want to have to deal with, especially if you were going to go from smoking cigarettes to that kind of thing. But regardless, it's like they had this great idea, which it really, it's a moneymaker, so it's a good idea in that sense. They had the idea, but they didn't put it together properly at first. They had to tweak it. And I kind of feel like there's something here that's very similar. Like, whoever you were speaking to or was speaking to you, you had the good idea, or they had a really good idea. Like, the foundation of this is good, but it wasn't put together right. It wasn't put together properly, which is why it didn't work out, or why there were kinks in the situation. But somebody didn't want to go back to the drawing board and try again. Or keep moving forward. It was just like, oh, it flopped. Whatever. Someone gave up too quick. I mean, hell, somebody could have gave up too quick on a relationship too. Like, oh, I'm not even going to invest in this because it just seems like it seems too good to be true, or it's just not going to work out for me, or whatever. And they might be looking back and regretting the fact that they didn't move forward. Give me a little bit more on the Ten of Cups and the Fool, please. I just heard use a different deck, so I'm going to. Well, it's never too late to try again, I'm just saying. Yeah, somebody's very burdened. They didn't want to put the work into this. Yeah, it's like there's too much work. Starting over is too much work. I mean, hell, that could be from a dating standpoint for somebody where it's like, starting over and trying to get to know someone again is just exhausting. I don't even want to. I don't want to try this again, kind of thing. Someone might be in that energy, or they were in the past, and that might be where this regret is. Like, I should have tried with you. They might be thinking about healing things between you and them. But I really feel like not taking a chance on my dreams. Like, I regret not taking this chance. I would be so much further along if I would have started way back whenever. Because some of you are getting to the point of, money flowing in and things picking up for you with whatever this career path project thing is, because you did take a chance. And you probably gave somebody else advice who wants to do something in a similar arena. And they didn't want to have to backtrack. They didn't want to have to start over or make changes. It's too much work. It's too much work to get what I want. It's too much work to get what I want. Well, I mean, if somebody's viewing anything like that, or a situation, relationship, anything, as though it's too much work, they don't want to put the effort in, they don't want it bad enough, because if you want something, you'll fight for it. You'll make it work. You'll figure it out. And you will make those changes. 5 of Swords. Yeah. They were controlling this situation. They felt like they had this under control. I don't feel like this person thought they had another person under control. This feels like, I thought I had everything under control. But it didn't work out. Like, I thought I had everything under control, but I guess not. Whoops. Dropped the ball on that one, kind of thing. I don't know. This person, I feel like I can get through whatever this is with the least amount of work, the least amount of effort. Like, I don't really have to try. I don't have to put all this effort in because this is so great. It's just going to happen. It's just going to work out. I don't think it did, whatever it is. Give me more on this control, please. Something got out of control. That's why somebody's ashamed, because something got out of control. They don't know how to fix this now. There's two energies in here. We're talking about a project, but there's love in here too. A situation got out of control. This person feels foolish. They feel ashamed for the way they handled you and whatever this situation is between the two of you. But there's also somebody else who thought that they had everything under control and it just didn't pan out for them project career-wise. Page of Cups reversed. They're unapologetic. Well, if this is pertaining to a relationship or family situation, anything like that, someone feels foolish. They feel stupid for controlling the situation, for not putting the work in, for not being there for you when you were in a time of need, or for not being helpful. I feel like they feel bad about this, but it's like, they're not unapologetic now, but they were then. Because this is kind of stern energy. Like, I don't care. Like, oh, you're struggling. Oh, this is hard for you. Or you're going through this or that or whatever. Whatever. I'm not there. I don't care. They were keeping control over their emotions. They do feel bad about it. They might want to try to heal things. They're keeping their feelings to themselves, that's for sure. I want a little bit more on what this Page of Cups reversed is, because it's kind of a dick move is what I want to say. I don't know, this person was probably not very nice to you. It's like somebody who's they take offense to everything, even if you're not being mean. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, you can't say shit to this person without them going, what? And it's just the way that they see a conversation, or it's how they feel about themselves, ultimately. I just heard I shouldn't have to apologize for this. So maybe that's how you're feeling. Like, whatever this downfall is, this failure, this flop, the relationship, connection, whatever the hell this is, family or otherwise, you're probably in the energy of, I'm not the one that needs to apologize because I didn't do anything wrong. Because it's making me think of someone who always says sorry. Like, you just try to keep the peace, so you apologize for shit you don't even need to apologize for. It's just, maybe it's natural to you because of your childhood, how you grew up, different situations you've been in, and you're growing. So now you're unapologetic in a positive sense, because you're not apologizing for shit you don't need to. If you did something to hurt someone, whether it was intentional or not, I feel like you're the type of person that would be like, I'm sorry I hurt your feelings. I didn't mean to. I didn't mean it that way, or I did mean it, and I'm fucking sorry. I was a bitch, whatever. I feel like there's someone who will take responsibility for whatever role they play in any given relationship or situation, and then there's somebody else here who doesn't. Because it's like, I'm not going to fucking apologize. Because I feel it in a positive and a negative sense. So I feel it from someone going, I don't need to. I don't even feel the need to, because I know I wasn't in the wrong. And then there's somebody else going, I know I need to, but I'm not going to because I'm stubborn. Because I'm maintaining control over this. Well, it's bothering them. So someone's bothered by their piss poor actions or non-actions. Maybe they should have apologized a long fucking time ago. Who knows? Devotion, hopelessly devoted to you. The truth will set you free. Observing every action. Yeah, the spying card kept coming out because I pulled some cards here and there off camera, just trying to like see how my energy was, like when it comes to doing readings, because my energy's been depleted. So I didn't really want to get on here if I was just like, you know. But someone's paying attention to somebody, big time. And maybe they're going to see the truth through watching another person, through paying attention to them. Somebody didn't want the truth to get out about how they feel. This is so fucked up. It's like, I don't want to apologize. I'm done. But am I still watching? Still paying attention? I'm still looking for information. I still need to know what's going on, even though I'm not around. I'm not in your world. I'm not in your life. But I gotta know. Yeah, someone's nosy. They need to step out of their comfort zone and fucking come out of the shadows, basically, is what I want to say with that. So you got a nosy Nancy or a nosy Nick around. Ultimately. Can't believe I've been on here for a half an hour already. But yeah, so I'm just gonna pull one more card. I don't know, anything to do with projects or career path, things like that, work. I feel like it's gonna work out for you if this is gonna resonate. You're actually leaving a long-lasting impression, positive impression on more than one person. Like, you're pretty unforgettable is what I want to say, which is probably why somebody's watching you. And I feel like whoever's being watched, you're being watched by many, not just one person in the shadows. And these are people you don't even know are paying attention to you, from all walks of life. So you could be an influencer or on a public platform or something of some kind. But even if you're not, I just feel like that your energy is the energy of, like, when you walk into a room, people turn their head and look. And I'm not saying that you're God's gift or the most beautiful or handsomest person in the world. It's your energy, it's your aura. It's how you, I don't know, it's just how you present yourself. I almost feel like people are drawn to you, and if they interact with you, they will always remember you. Like, you leave a long-lasting impression on these people. You affect those that you don't even know that you're affecting, but it feels like in a positive way. Might piss people off. Dumpster diving. Of all the fucking cards. Like, seriously? My gosh. Just play some music and shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? Just go all zen mode. But anyways, yeah, hidden truths are revealed because there's someone in the shadows here. I want more on that. I'm gonna get one of these. Dumpster diving. Yeah, gossip. Somebody probably listened to gossip. Like, they chose to listen to other people versus your input or you. Abundance. Well, good. Yeah. I want to dig up dirt on you because good things are coming for you, because we have money will be coming to you in abundance, which is all encompassing, you know, happiness, money, whatever, stability. That's all coming in for you. And when that happens and people get upset, it's like, oh, I gotta find the dirt on your ass. Like, oh, you think you're gonna glow up? You think that this is gonna blow up for you, basically? Oh, I'll make it blow up, but not in the way that you want. I just don't think it's gonna work, because whatever dirt people can find on you, it's already out in the open. You don't really have anything hidden. Yeah, some of you are making your circle a lot smaller. It's a crescent moon now instead of a circle. So you could be removing people from social media, or there's some people who are trying to friend you up, or paying attention to you on social media. They're probably noticing that good things are coming your way, or that they're happening for you currently, and they're like, oh, what can I dig up on your ass, you know? So just be aware that you have a lurker, yeah, and that they're trying to end something for you. They're trying to hurt you in some way. It's like they're trying to find information. I said that already. Because with the files, I said in the beginning. I don't really feel like they can find anything, or whatever they're looking for, they can't. They're not going to understand or see correctly. They're not going to access whatever they're looking for. They're going to think that they got what they wanted. Like, oh, I finally found it. And then it's going to turn out to be nonsense. Whatever this is, it's going to get turned around on whoever's blabbing it. So, like, if somebody talks shit about you, we'll just, no matter what they say, it's going to get turned around on them because it's going to be obvious that they're causing problems, that it's not, that's for malicious intent. I don't know how it's going to happen, but that's what it feels like. Like, it's almost like instant karma. Yeah. There's something that somebody thought they deleted that isn't gone. It's not deleted. That could be where the instant karma's coming in, because when somebody says something, and then somebody else has something to back it up and be like, wait a minute, I got this on you. That's what you did, not what so-and-so did, that kind of thing. I don't know. Somebody saved something. So I wouldn't worry about hater readers and anyone trying to dig for dirt and whatever, because whatever they find isn't a big deal for one, but it's gonna make them look bad. It's gonna make it obvious that they're trying to cause problems, and it's like, what's your fucking deal, basically. So yeah, that's what I have for you guys. I love you so much, and I will try to do more readings. I just don't know how frequently I can be on here, because I'm relaxing and taking my time with stuff. And I do watch Lillian now that my daughter's back to work. She's only working part-time, which is good, because I get so exhausted by the end of the day. I can barely fucking function. Yeah, I don't know what's going on yet. That's why I'm kind of beating around the bush, because all my symptoms are cardiac related, and I have some tests coming up. I got to take another stress test. I took one 6 years ago, and they want to put a heart monitor on me for a couple weeks. I'm just waiting for them to call me with all that crap, and then that's our starting point, basically, because of course the ER doctor said that he thought it was a panic attack, which is complete bullshit, because I know the symptoms of a panic attack. I've had one before, and what I was going through this time has nothing to do with that. I wasn't stressed, I wasn't upset, I wasn't worried about anything, nothing. Because I don't know, I think very differently than I did back then, for one, but I just don't really have anything going on. It's actually been pretty calm, and chill and whatever leading up to all of this. But I've had symptoms off and on that were leading up to 2 incidents that happened, because last Saturday night, well, actually Saturday, I started getting dizzy around lunchtime, and I was exhausted all day, like the type of fatigue that you just can't get out of your own way, and nothing helps it, because I was resting and I was exhausted. When I went to bed, I ended up waking up in the middle of the night having a hard time breathing. My chest was heavy. I felt a pressure in my chest, a burning in my back between my shoulder blades. My arms were going numb and tingly. And I'll get weird pains, like somebody's grabbing my arm, like a band around my arm, but it's not wicked painful. And it was like all swollen up, my jaw hurt, and it like swollen down into my shoulders. It was like a pressure, and that's where it's kind of hard to breathe. I ended up taking an aspirin, because I heard that in my head, go take an aspirin, and then I did. And I stayed up for a couple hours, and it slowly started subsiding on Saturday. I seemed to be fine on Sunday, because if I felt the same way I did the week prior, which was off and on symptoms, like my forehead would go numb, my jaw would hurt, but then it would stop, my vision would go blurry, and then it would come back. I'd feel a pressure in my chest, and then it would go away, but it didn't really hurt. Or one arm would go numb or hurt, and then it would stop. Like, it was a bunch of different things that were happening on and off, but like I said, at different times. So that was kind of Sunday too. And then Monday I woke up exhausted. The fatigue is unreal. I've never been this tired in my fucking life. And I was just tired. That was it. I didn't have any other symptoms, like my chest didn't hurt, nothing. No pressure. Actually, that morning I had no pressure in my chest, nothing like that. And I drove my daughter to school, came back, hung out with Lillian. We had a relaxing morning because I was just so tired. And then I went to go pick my daughter up, and I had to pick her up by 11. And I was just tired. And I was waiting to come home to take a nap because that's how tired I was. And all of a sudden, I get almost to the school, and both my arms go numb. And it's not like a tingly numb, like when your foot falls asleep. It's weird. It's like you can feel them, but you can't. It was a weakness with it too, like, because I remember when I was actually in the hospital, they wanted me to sign the digital pad thing for registration and stuff for your insurance and all that, and I could barely hold the pen. I'm like trying to figure out how to do it because I felt like my arm was just nothing. I'm like, what is going on? In the hospital, it got worse. But anyways, my arms went numb, and then my vision started to go blurry, and I was just like, I have to pull over because I'm gonna pass out, and I had Lillian in the car, and I was like, fuck. So I got behind the high school and pulled over, and then my heart started pounding like it's never done that before, like literally pounding. Like I thought my chest was gonna explode. And I was staying calm through the whole thing. Like I wasn't freaking out. For some reason, I did become emotional, but not like over the top. I started crying, but not like boo hoo, just tears coming down my face. And I'm like, what? It was like a sensory overload. I didn't know what the shit was going on. So I went to call my daughter because I was going to have her bring me home and just drive the car home because she has her permit. And because I didn't want to go to the hospital. But I was, I felt myself like I'm gonna fucking pass out. And if everything goes dark, I don't want to leave the baby alone. So I called 911, and it got worse from there, but I got hauled off, and I didn't have a heart attack because the troponin levels didn't change or something. I don't remember what it was. I'd have to look at my test results, but regardless, by the time my symptoms got worse, because I wasn't having chest pains in the car or anything. I could barely walk to the ambulance. Almost passed out 3 times. I was tachycardic, but and my blood pressure was through the roof because of everything that was going on. I don't even know what happened, but anyways, when I was at the hospital because they did those tests and stuff, it got worse over time. You think with resting and having a bag of fluids and all that, because I wasn't dehydrated, and I knew that because the second half of the bag got in my system. I had to pee like so bad. I was like, Jesus Christ, I'm definitely not dehydrated. But anyways, um, it like the pressure, it felt like somebody was pushing me here, and I would get that burning pain between my shoulder blades. But it would the burning pain would come and go, but the pressure kind of stayed. But it didn't hurt. Like it really didn't until I don't know. It was like a few hours in, it started feeling like it was spreading like this. And that's when it started hurting. And I'm like, all right, it's getting a little uncomfortable, but nothing I can't handle. But every time I would feel the pressure like intensify, it would make it hard to breathe, the shortness of breath, which I was experiencing the week before as well. I kept using my inhaler and it wasn't touching it, but I didn't know otherwise. I just thought I was getting sick or something. So now I understand what shortness of breath is. It really doesn't have anything to do with your lungs. It's like chest. I don't know, because it was all like right here. But they didn't take my blood and test the troponin levels and stuff when things got worse. They did it in the very beginning, and then after when it started getting really bad, because it spread. It felt like somebody was sitting on my chest and it was like spreading up like this. And I'm like, motherfucker, like what is going on? Because I'm like, oh, it hurts now. And thank God it subsided. So I don't know if I actually did have like a mini heart attack towards the end of that, because I was there from 11 to 4, and it didn't get better. They just sent me home because they couldn't figure it out. That's what they did. They sent me home to suffer, which is what I was going to do anyways, because they didn't fucking do a goddamn thing there, and all they do is say it's anxiety. And I was like, okay, yeah. Well, when I saw my doctor after that, it's not fucking anxiety. I mean, you do those tests about, to see if you have it and all that, or if your problems are leading up to anxiety or depression, just like a checklist crap or a survey. I had 0 on everything because nothing was going wrong. The only thing I circled was I couldn't sleep, because that was another one of my symptoms. I was tossing and turning. I was having a hard time sleeping, which is another symptom of an impending heart attack, just saying. And you can have those symptoms months, weeks, days, hours before you actually have one. So something's going on. I don't know what it is. But my doctor, my primary, is a little concerned with the cardiac side of things. So that's why we're going to run these tests and go from there. And hopefully he stays on it so that we can figure it out, because that did not happen for no fucking reason. It just didn't. It's and a panic attack also. The chest pains related to a panic attack are stabbing pains. I didn't have that. Mine was a pressure. Felt like someone was pushing on me or pulling. It was more of a pressure. It was more of a like, but and they last anywhere between 5 minutes and a half an hour. I was in dealing with this, and it was getting worse from 11 a.m. to fucking 4 p.m., actually beyond 4 p.m. It started slowly subsiding after that, but I had that constant pressure. It just wasn't spreading anymore. So I don't know, but I also ate 4 fucking aspirin. That's what they shoved down my throat when I was in the ambulance, but thank God they didn't hit me with that nitro whatever shit. Oh my God. That stuff gives you a massive headache. But anyways, yeah, so that's what's been going on with me. And like right now, as I'm sitting here talking, I feel like a mild heaviness right here, but it comes and goes, and my jaw on both sides is a little sore. But and it's like right up in here. Is weird. Because I was thinking actually a few months ago, I'm like, why am I getting tooth pain? Because it would change. It'd be a different. It's usually on the bottom where I would feel it, and it would switch sides. And I'm like, I've had cavities filled. My teeth are fixed. So I was like, what the fuck is going on? And come and go. Like, if you have a tooth problem, like an abscess or a cavity that's really, bad, it's not going to go away like that. And nothing would help it. So these symptoms just don't go away. I don't know. They just come and go, and they never go for long, basically. So yeah, I've just been kind of chillaxing. But that's what's been going on with me. I don't really have any answers, which is why I didn't really want to say too much, but that's what I've been dealing with. And yesterday afternoon, my energy started coming back a little bit, and then I got wicked tired before bed. And today, this is the best I've been. This is the best day I've had since February 17th. I'm just gonna say, even though I was still doing my day-to-day shit that week and doing readings, I was not in, I don't know, I was feeling fucking off. But whatever, it is what it is. I ain't going nowhere. I'm a fighter. So we'll get it figured out. Oh, the other thing I want to mention with that is when I always say listen to yourself and be an advocate for yourself, because medical professionals suck. I'm just going to say. They really do. A lot of them. Not all of them. Most of them. Especially the arrogant ER people. But anyways, Monday, before I even got carted off, before I even had a problem, I just wanted to know what the day would hold. You want to know what 2 cards came out for me? The moon, and it said intuition on the card, and pay attention to your health. And it was like, listen to yourself, pay attention to your health, what's going on, no matter what other people fucking say, basically. And then I get hauled off in an ambulance, and I'm like, I was being warned. But anyways, I love you guys so much. I'll talk to you soon. Peace.